How's it going? This is my Mario 64 Bowser's Sky beginner tutorial. This tutorial applies to every category other than 120 star, although I am obviously, as you can see from my file select screen, a 16-star runner. So this is a beginner level tutorial. It's only supposed to be useful for beginners, obviously. If you're doing any movement that's faster than like 50 seconds, then you'll not really have to worry about watching this tutorial. This is supposed to go a bit more in depth than the Wikipedia videos, even though Wikipedia is a terrific place to go for movement tutorials. So you're gonna start off with jumping and going a bit to the right. If you don't let yourself build up any distance before you do your jumps, you're going to grab this part of the ledge, which is not good for a multitude of reasons, but mostly it's slow, because of, a lot of reasons it is slow. And we don't like things that are slow, because we're speedrunners. So you're going to want to build up some speed, jump, build up some dust, do another jump, and you're going to be wanting to move yourself slightly to the right so that you'll be able to get around this block easily. If you do it to the left, then unfortunately you will not be able to land on this part without grabbing the ledge. So do a jump, do another jump, do a dive roll out. Now you can double jump here because it doesn't really matter if you're in a single jump landing state. It just matters if you're in a landing state. Triple jumps require you to be in a double jump landing state. However, we don't really want to be doing a triple jump here. So you can just move. Do a couple of dives. These aren't that important, but you want to keep yourself going at a good speed. Try and get onto here without losing too much speed or creating too much dust. As you can see, if I have a couple frames of dust, I'll go down to like 35, 32 speed, whereas if I have no frames of dust, I'll stay up at 48 speed. This doesn't lose too much time just because this isn't a huge stretch of movement, but it's nice to have as much speed as possible. Move the camera a couple of times, or actually one time because of the camera angle I'm at here, then just triple jump straight up. You don't really need to worry that much about your angle, it's not that precise. But, if you're at a super wide angle like I was there, then you won't really be able to get up. Now, you're always going to want to do a dive, because if you do just a normal jump, then you're not really sure whether you're going to land on the platform, or if you're going to grab the ledge, or if you're going to hit the wall, and then you basically need to worry about what jump you get off of it. It's just the best to do a triple jump dive, because triple jump dive is pretty much fail-safe. Do a jump diagonally over to get to here. It's okay if you ran into this plant a bit because your long jump will kill it, and it doesn't actually have an active hitbox until it's fully grown. Now, some movements go fast enough that they can do a speed kick and double jump to hit a 2-second earlier cycle. However, for this movement, that's not really that useful. You can just do a single jump and a kick. If you're a bit shy about doing that or worried about falling down, you can just grab this. It's only 2 seconds slower. Do a side flip, double jump, and then dive roll out, and then these 3 jumps. You can also do a side flip and do just a rollout and 3 jumps, but it's really not that precise to do either one of them. So you can just do the 3 jumps here. Do a couple of dives to get up. Now, one bit that is interesting is that you're going to want to do the same thing with this gray platform up here as you did with the yellow platform down there. You're going to want to land on it without too much dust. So stay at that 48 speed. some very fast movements do a dive here. You can see Lunar Jump do that in his PB actually, but it's generally fine to just do a long jump. Now orient yourself to be towards the middle so you can grab the pole. The pole's hitbox is bigger than you're gonna think it is, so from about here even you might be able to grab it. But use the heart to align yourself. If you're really worried about it, you can use these two squares here and be on the line between them to align yourself, but you shouldn't be too worried about getting just the perfect alignment. Change the camera angle a couple of times, and then you're going to want to jump over this. It's slightly faster to do the single jump than it is to do the single jump kick, or to do the double jump, but you honestly needn't worry. So always be sure to do kicks on your double jump, because it is going to cause you to sometimes do a triple jump if you don't do the kicks. And you want to be doing double jumps the whole way, because triple jumps are a tiny bit slower here actually. Sometimes you could be able to do a single jump, which might be a tiny bit faster, but it's only a few frames, so it's really not that important. On the last one right there, on the last one right here, don't do a kick, because then you'll have to worry about getting up on here. If you don't do a kick, you can do a triple jump, which makes it way easier to grab the ledge. Let's say you accidentally kicked, you can just do a few jumps once you can just land on there, and then mash the A button. If you do a kick, you might be able to just barely snag this middle part of the platform, which is nice. Let's say the worst thing happens and you slide on here or something like that. Still, no need to fret. You can wall jump from here and grab the platform, and it is actually the easiest way to get up, and it's actually not even that slow. If you're really worried about that even, you can do a side flip and then mash A, but it's really not too hard. Once you do the side flip, you have to mash A, like extremely hard, to get the right jumps, and then for the last one, press A and B at the same time so that you can grab the pole with the dive. Works the same exact way on this side. So there's a lot of backups here, and you can just grab it. It's not too hard. So then if you're on here, there's a few ways to grab the ledge. Some people do it like that. That's how I do. The way you do it is you just press A and then press B as soon as possible. Some people grab it like this, where they mash the B button, but you have to be able to mash very hard. You can also just do a backflip, and that'll make it kind of easy to do it. Once you're on the platform, this is somewhat cycle-based, but you'll usually be at about this point on the cycle. Unless it's really far back, in which case you might want to get to the top and do a really far dive. You can do a short jump and a short dive. Then this part, some people move the camera like this so they just have to hold to the right. Some people have the camera like this so that they just have to hold to the front. Depending on where you are in the cycle, there's a few movements that you might end up using. Some movements do a double jump to land on the platform over there, and do a triple jump to land up on the other windmill. But that's something you really have to just go with your gut for. There I was able to do it with a triple jump and a ground pound. Some movements you need to do a double jump kick, because the triple jump won't give you quite enough height. Or not, because the double jump itself won't give you quite enough height. And then you can do a side flip to get back up. One thing I do that basically always works is the pole kick movement, where you just do a wall kick off the pole. This is a somewhat variable movement, because depending on where you hit it, it might not let you grab the ledge, which is a shame. Or it might not let you hit it, which is a shame, because you'll have to try again. And if you go way too far to the left on it, it won't let you long jump, or it won't let you wall jump at all, which will cause you to lose a lot of time. If you're able to save it, you can land here, but that's still, I don't know how long. So at this point, you're almost at the end. Depending on which one of these you're on, you can get kind of screwed over. One of these specific platforms has a really wonky hitbox, but I'm not gonna go find which one. Oh, it's that one actually. It causes there to be an invisible wall. It can cause you to get crushed when you jump off. For some reason, it can cause you to run into a wall. It's not fun to be on. Now for diagonal jump, you can jump over like this, but it saves about 2 seconds, I think, to long jump over like this. It's really not that hard to do this bit, actually. It's not nearly as precise as it looks, and it's actually not that far a distance over. So do the long jump. Try not to hit a Goomba. Goombas are obviously kind of RNG, but look at the Goombas. You'll be able to see them. Make your judgments. Then finally getting to the pipe. The easiest movement is just to do a triple jump. Some people do a movement that involves doing dive rollout and then a double jump, which is a tiny bit faster, but it's not that much better. So that's the entire thing. Hopefully you enjoyed this run, and hopefully you enjoyed this tutorial. I will show you a video here of what the run through will look like if you use all of these strategies, and I will edit in any possible backups that I might have been missing afterwards. Okay, I did forget to mention something, and it was the pull of shame. It's called the pull of shame because it's literally the worst backup you can possibly go for if you miss this pull up here. Basically, if you really just don't think that you're able to make any of the backups after you miss it, you can use this boy here. He's extremely far away. It spends like a second getting there, and he's a pretty annoyingly long pole, so you have to climb up him forever. Not too hard to get up, and then just do a long jump over here and move yourself over so that